Two soccer supporters have lost their lives in a stampede at the F&B Stadium in a match involving Soweto Giants, Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. More details will follow later. Now, several supporters were also injured. Two of them are in a critical condition. About 90,000 supporters are at the sold-out venue that attracted about 90,000 fans. Tickets for the much-anticipated match were sold out 2 weeks ago. EMS confirmed that the stampede happened at Gate J next to 10 Steel 15. And we now cross live to our sports anchor there, Mpho Maboi, who is at the F&B Stadium.
Well, you're joined now. In fact, these are live pictures we've taken from the F&B Stadium. As you can see there, Kaizer Chiefs won Orlando Pirates 0. 74th minutes played. But the bad news that's coming in from the F&B Stadium is that two fans have lost their lives due to a stampede. As Mr. Mpho has just said, this happened Gate G. Confirmation coming in from all sides of the, well, people involved that side. We've sent through a SABC senior reporter to the stadium, Sifiso Ramara, who's going to be bringing up the latest from there. But I'm not sure whether Mpho Maboi is actually on the line with us. Mpho, can you hear me? Tabiso speaking.
Hi, Tabiso, I can hear you loud and clear.
Very much then, Mpho. The news coming in for fans sitting at home watching this on telly. News coming in that there are a couple of fans who have passed away, some in critical condition. What's the latest so far from the stadium?
Well, as you mentioned, Tabiso, in all honesty, I only found out when I saw the reports on Twitter, because the people that are seated inside where I am by pitch side, you are not aware of what is happening outside of the stadium, and as things stand, it seems as though this incident might have happened inside the stadium. I've been running around trying to get information, but unfortunately the people in charge are just saying that they need to make confirmation of this incident. They don't want to disseminate information that might be incorrect, and obviously you know, when you look at the situation and the seriousness of it, obviously you understand why they would not want to be too quick to give information that might happen to be false or otherwise not the case. So as soon as I find out the information, I will actually try and get in touch with you to find out, to let you know what the information is. But like I say, it's very difficult to know what is happening outside the stadium because, as you said, it is a packed stadium. It is absolutely electric. The game is happening, so people are just more looking at what is happening with regards to on the pitch than outside. Let's
take, you know, Mpho, this does bring the history of stampedes and with the game, especially when these two teams were playing. 2001, yeah. More than 40 people passing away as well. Something, well, not similar as this, of course, because this seems to have happened at the gate and not inside the stadium per se. Yeah. But obviously leaves a bad taste in the mouth yet again for football. And it's a bad history that we'd like to forget, but it's happened again.
It is indeed a bad history that one would like to forget, and it is really unfortunate that it would have happened, especially with such a big game yet again. And more than anything, I think, I don't want to apportion blame, but sometimes you tend to say, when it's such a big game, can the fans also try and come to the stadium as early as possible? The gates open early, but like I say, this is not the time to be apportioning blame to anybody. The matter has you know, it might not have happened or not. Like I said, I'm still waiting for the details, but it is really, really an unfortunate situation, and one would not have wanted to see this kind of history repeating itself.
A pre-season electrifying match, as you've mentioned as well. One would have thought that, you know, the season would have got off on a better note. Just take us through the stadium, take us through the day's proceeding leading up to, obviously, as you said, we don't have the full details. Take us through the day, as it were, when you enter the stadium, because I'm sure by the time, well, before the match started, everything was fine. You're expecting a wonderful game.
Yes, indeed. We arrived quite early, but also at the time that I arrived here at around 11 o'clock in the morning, there were already quite a number of supporters who had already made their way into the stadium. Everything started off well. Everyone is expecting a great game, and so far it has lived up to expectations. Kaizer Chiefs currently leading by a single goal scored by Bernard Parker, and the substitutions that the fans had wanted to see happening have happened. So now we're well into the second half. I think there's about 20 minutes or so left in the match. So far, it seems as though the Buccaneers are trying their level best to get back into the game, but it seems as though Kaizer Chiefs as well are sort of sitting back and saying, listen, we're not going to make this any more difficult on ourselves. We currently have that one goal cushion, and we're not going to try and mess it up by, trying to go forward and give Orlando Pirates a 6, so to speak. So as things stand, it is Kaizer Chiefs leading by a single goal, but as to whether Orlando Pirates will be able to come back and take the trophy away from Kaizer Chiefs, it remains to be seen.
Yeah. What we'll do, Paul, in fact, there's goal-mouth action as we speak to you. Paul, my boy, thank you very much for speaking to us. Hopefully we'll get you back on the line as soon as possible and give us an update on exactly what's happening at the FNB Stadium with those 2 deaths and, well, unconfirmed or confirmed, as it were, from EMS as far as we've received on our side. 2 deaths and a couple of critical injuries. Paul, my boy, speaking to us there via the telephone line from the FNB Stadium.